the entry system, to continue where I was, is called. You'll notice how quiet the door actually is. That didn't take very long at all. What I'd like to do now is to thank the specific people that had so much to do with this particular project. Regarding the LBC development specifically, and White Sands Missile Range High Energy Laser Systems Test Facility in general, I have to acknowledge Colonel Fred Holmes, who worked first in the DoD. Fred, would you stand up, please? And later on, has been a major player in this project. Larry Bubolz of CBI, I don't know whether Larry is here or not. I would trust he's not here. For the conferences inside the chamber and what we're getting ready to do next. I'd like to go now that are subjected to the high energy laser, primarily in construction by NASA. Across the hill, we've had a long, fruitful relationship with our NASA Milcon project. It cost about $480,000. The primary leader in that facility was Jack Bryby from NASA. Jack, would you raise your hand, please? These are more administrative people, further away from the technical area so that, A, they wouldn't be hazard if something happened.
You're not supposed to smile here, take data, talk, or, you know? Do you believe that one? I've always spent half my life here.
Albuquerque and TSM out of El Paso is down here.
Can I get your name, please?
Tom Ward.
Do you work with the director?
I work with Hughes Aircraft.
Use aircraft?
Yes.
And what's your job with him?
Great.
Let me go back in time a little bit. Back in 1975, the Department of Defense believed that a facility to test lasers as possible weapons systems, or to evaluate the feasibility of lasers as weapons, was needed at a government installation. And after a search of a variety of installations around the country, White Sands was ultimately selected as a place to do that. During that period of time, the emphasis was actually on tactical systems rather than strategic things that we're talking about right now. But White Sands was developed to support the test of a program called Sea Light. Sea Light was a Navy program to look at lasers as weapons against things like cruise missiles, quite frankly. Then later on, back in 1983 and 84, when SDI became a prominent force in the defense effort, it became apparent that these lasers might have applications to strategic issues as well. So we spent a lot of effort here at White Sands with HELSTF supporting tests of concepts, materials testing, systems level testing, looking at how well lasers might actually be integrated into the SDI architecture. The vacuum chamber, which is our newest addition now, allows us to do lethality and effects testing on components and small subassemblies in a situation that's representative of a, if you will, an exoatmospheric engagement of a ballistic missile by a laser system of some kind. Which means that we have done a lot of testing of missile bodies, of booster components, and of materials on the ground with the large laser we have here. But we believe there may be some. Hold on just a second. But we believe that there are some effects that the atmosphere produces. You know, all this testing has been done basically on the ground, and that you need to understand what effect the atmosphere has on how well that laser works, and therefore you want to do this testing at low atmospheric pressure, or in other words, in a vacuum.
Is the to operating within the atmosphere?
That's a good question. The important point to realize is that what we're looking at is the effect on the target of depositing laser energy on the target itself. And it sort of avoids the question, well, how do you get it there? So what we're doing is effects testing on a target that's, in a simulated sense at least, outside the atmosphere by some laser that we haven't identified yet. And it kind of begs the question, well, can you build a laser like that? You sort of back into the answer. What you do is you say, okay, with this target in this particular environment, we've established that so much energy per square centimeter, for example, will accomplish what we want to achieve. And then you can say, okay, given that I have to deliver that much energy to that point in space, I can then describe what kind of system is going to be required to get it there. So we're doing effects testing that answers only half of the question. The other half is, can you build a laser like that? That's not our job.